What is up, YouTube? Today I have a battle versus AceTrainerCurt, and found him on the Serebii Chat room. So yeah, he's gonna start out with his Caesars. I start out with my Nidoqueen, which is a new Nidoqueen. It's the king, not the man. So I just go for Fire Blast as a safe play. I did have a feeling he'd go into Jellicent though. And now predicting the Scald, I go into my Gastrodon, who is an absolute boss. And I had a feeling he'd go for the Toxic, but at the same time, I thought he might have switched into something. I don't know. So maybe that wasn't a good play in hindsight. Now, because I don't want the Toxic damage to rack up, I switch out so I can get the Sandstorm out. And my new Tyranitar's name is Eat Me for some reason. Don't ask. See, I just love nicknaming my Pokemon random things. Yeah, so he goes for the Ice Beam and he switches out. I don't have the Pursuit, so I guess I can't do anything in that regard. So now I go into my Gastrodon again, but that's not a very good switch because Ferrothorn's Grass type. So now I go into Nidoqueen. He gets the Leech Seed up, which is kind of bad, but not really too bad since he has full health anyways. So now I switch. Sorry. Now I switch out. I go into Rotom. Rotom Wash. Duda Wash. So yeah, Sandstorm's gonna be very helpful later. I'm gonna tell you that. So now he goes out into Ferrothorn, but I just go for the Willows because I was hoping to get a decent status on Jellicent, but Ferrothorn's not bad either because he probably has Gyro Ball or probably something like Leaf. Probably something like, what is it called? Power Whip. That's what it's called. So he gets a little bit of health from Leech Seed, and it's not really all that bad. So I just go into Tyranitar because I have the Fire Blast and the Superpower. So he goes for a Spikes, which is not gonna help me in the long run. So I go for a Stealth Rock, predicting him to switch, but I guess if he has a burned Ferrothorn, why would he switch? I'm thinking about that now, so it's kind of sad, but whatever. Now he switches out. Now that he knows I'm gonna go for the Fire Blast, I knew he was gonna do this. I knew I should have went for the Crunch. But I do get a burn, which is kind of nice actually. It's gonna really limit this thing's survivability. So he goes for a Toxic and misses. I'm sorry, dude. You're getting all the lousy hacks. Then again, the burn really didn't matter because I just KO'd it with a Crunch. And I don't think in the long run the Toxic mattered either, because I didn't have my Tyranitar out all that much. So now he goes for a U-turn, which does absolutely nothing to my Nidoqueen, and he goes into Starmie. So this isn't really a good matchup, and I know that. So I go into Gastrodon to probably take the Ice-type move, because I knew he'd probably go for the Ice-type move since I have Gastrodon. Apparently he's Life Orbed, so that's good to know. It's not Specs or anything. So now he withdraws, and he goes into Ferrothorn. So I just go for the Recover because that would be very helpful considering I have Poison. And yeah, so I think I probably could have taken a Grass type move because he's burned, but I don't want to. So now I go into Heatran to take really any move he wants to throw at me. Fortunately he goes for the Spikes, but that's not too bad I guess, since they're just Spikes. And yeah, he didn't actually surprise me with any weird moves. So now he goes into Gliscor. I went for the Overheat because I predicted that. I just wanted to make sure I could take out Gliscor, and I do very nicely. I'm not sure if the Flamethrower would have taken it out, but that's whatever, I guess. So now I switch out and I go into Nidoqueen, and ooh, this thing gave me a little bit of trouble. It goes for a Swords Dance and gets its attack sharply raised. So I know that Nidoqueen is a physical wall. So he goes for a Flare Blitz here. That's why I sent in Heatran to just get the Flash Fire off. And he gets some Speed Boost. He's gonna Protect like a champ, so that's kind of bad. But I need to keep Heatran for later, so I switch out and I go into the King, or even just to die really. So it does die that time from the Spikes. Basically, I mean, it wouldn't have, the move itself wouldn't have KO'd without Spikes. So now I go into Rotom Wash just to, I was hoping he could take a hit, but I didn't think he would, so it was kind of just to get him Life Orb damage and Sandstorm damage. So now I go into Mamoswine because this is my only priority move, and of course he resists it. I go for the Ice Shard just to get some damage and make it so the Sandstorm and Life Orb will take him out next turn. So I knew I couldn't survive anything, so that's whatever. And now Sandstorm, like I said, Sandstorm and Life Orb take him out. Thankfully, because that thing was causing me trouble for a long time, I guess. So he goes into Caesar, and I go into Heatran. He just goes for the Bullet Punch, I guess foddering Caesar, but I dual resist that, so probably could have used this later. I go for the Flamethrower because it's a safer option in the long run. And here he is, Starmie, and I just go for the Flamethrower. Now I do get a crit, but it really didn't matter too much because I could have went into my Tyranitar. None of his moves would have been able to KO with its beastly special defense, and easily Crunch could KO. And same with Ferrothorn with Fire Blast. So then I go for a Flamethrower on the Ferrothorn and I win. So it was a good game. AceTrainerCurt, and I had fun. Your Combusken gave me a little run for my money there at the end. So yeah, it was a good match, and hope you all enjoyed. Please subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and peace out.